find your way to your best solo that you've ever played? That was harder than it looked. New ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit subscribe if you like this kind of content. Today we're going to play your most melodic solo ever with the power of bends. New ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday. You can get printable tabs as well by becoming a Patreon. Links in the notes. That's for this lesson and all our lessons. If you're interested in some one-on-one lessons, you can find my email in the description. Let's do it. Playing some blues today, friends, and today I'm going to show you the value of bends. Now, I am on my electric ukulele, but you can play this on any ukulele, soprano to tenor to baritone. It doesn't matter. Just note, the longer the ukulele, the easier the bends are. That's something to keep in mind, okay? So this will be easier on a tenor than a soprano, but you can follow along on any size or any type of ukulele. Blues in A. First four measures are over A7. Our first phrase sounds like this. Okay, if I throw on some overdrive, oh yeah. So it starts on the third beat. A lot of times when you're learning how to solo, it's the intuition, it's the instinct to start all your solos on the one. And there are many times that's okay, but you don't want to do that all the time because it will become predictable. So here we're actually starting our solo on the third beat. Think about when the drums come around, do, 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 and you just expect the solo. When it doesn't happen on the one, that creates surprise, which is a good thing. So 1, 2, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1. What we're going to do is second fret to the fourth fret on the C string, third fret to the fifth fret on the E, and then third fret to the fifth fret on the A. This comes from shape number 2 of the A minor pentatonic. Shape 1, shape 2. Mastering the pentatonic scale and then learning to add the flat fifth, mastering the blues scale, is a great place to start if you're just learning to explore how to solo on your ukulele. When we get to the fifth fret of the A string on that first beat, 1 pola, 2 pola, 3. We're not actually going to strike it again. We're going to go 1 pola, 2 pola. When we come around to the first beat, we're not going to play it again. We're simply going to bend up at that point. So we're going to go 1 pola, 2 pola, 3. Actually, rather, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1. And once you get it up there, give it some vibrato in that bend. How do you know if you're bending in pitch? Hit the note first. When it's a full bend or a full tone bend, that means you're bending 2 frets. So this D should sound like this E note. Beautiful sunset coming in. This is a great time. I don't know if we'll finish the lesson in time, but I feel like my golden ukulele is being showered by the sun of the gods of the bends. That's pretty cool. So 2 pola, 3 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola, 3 pola, 4 pola. Give it some vibrato. And then rest on the third beat. And we're going to slide 3 to 5. Still in the second shape of the A minor pentatonic scale. Boom. What's this F sharp note? We've left. Now the sun's going over the hill. Right when we leave the blues scale. This F sharp is the 6th interval, right? So you have A major, F sharp minor. It's the 6th interval. It's in the A major scale, but it is not in the A minor pentatonic scale. It's also in the B box. And that's exactly where I found this note to play this. So if you want to expand your scale skills, I highly suggest the BB box. Spaceship, so cool looking. I highly suggest the BB box, and I will link the BB box in a box right here in the notes. Get up there. It's the 4th beat. 4, 4 and 1 and then give it some vibrato. How do you know if you're bending in pitch? Well, it's a full tone, which means 2 frets. And I'll play this E note, and I'll get it in my ears, and I'll bend into it. So I can hear it, so I know what to listen to when I bend into it. Okay, continuing on. So now we've done the BB box and the bend. I forgot to mention this earlier, that bend, when we bend to the E note, A7 is an A note, root, C sharp, your major third, E note, your 5th interval, and G, your flat 7. So I'm bending from this D into the E, which is a chord tone, or a note in the underlying harmony. Targeting those chord tones will make your solos also sound much, much more professional. The same way with the BB box here. This 5th fret here is an A note, and I'm still playing over the A harmony. I'm targeting those chord tones. Now, so that, put all that together, and that's the first phrase. Let's throw the overdrive on. Run through it. Sounds like this. 1, 2, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2. So that's our first phrase. After that, we're gonna bend 7, but we're gonna do a pre-bend. So I'm taking the 7 and I'm hearing the C sharp because it's a whole tone. So it's gonna make it sound like the 9th fret, and I want to find it. Right there. Pre-bend means I'm actually bending before I strike the note. So bend it up and then play it and release it down. Then to the 5 and then back to the 7. The 7th fret is a B note. This is not in the A minor pentatonic. If I add it, F sharp, B. So those are both in the BB box or the major pentatonic. Use those sparingly and use them carefully. When I want to play that B note, I'm making sure that I'm either playing it, well, I guess I can play it over all 3 chords. Over the A7, it functions as the 9th. Over the D7, it functions as the 6th. And over the E7, it's just the 5th. But just note, when you leave the minor pentatonic scale, you should pay attention to the notes you're playing. Pre-bend, down to 5, back up to 7, and then leap to 3. I really like that sound. It sounds like this. So on the way back, I didn't hit 5. I went 7, 3. Skipping notes is a great way to make sure your solos don't sound just like you playing a scale, right? So you get back to 4, 3, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and playing those 4s on the offbeat. Then when the next harmony comes around, goes to the D7, I'm going to land right on the D on the 1. So these 4 measures. Yeah! All right, let's take a look at the middle 4. 2nd fret. And we are now going to be outlining this D7 with a D arpeggio. 2, 2, 5, 3. Root, major third, 5th, flat 7. I'm not in the scale anymore. I'm just do, 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 using the arpeggio, playing the notes of the chord. After that, I'm going to drop down and slide 5 to 8. Back up to the C. So I get 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Oops. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. After that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit the 8 again, and I'm going to bend up a whole step to this D note. Bend it up, and I'm going to give it some vibrato. Vibrato at the top of your bend sounds great. What am I doing here? It's over the D harmony, and I'm bending my flat 7, my C note, into D. Bending into the root sounds great because the underlying harmony is going to be doing that D, and you bend right up into it. Sounds great. After that, the harmony now is back to the A7. So I'm going to bend again from the 8, C note, but I'm going to pre-bend and then down. Then I'm going to go to the 5. So it's 1, 2. So it's 1, 2, and 3. On the and, I'm going to bend this C up a quarter tone. And that's called a blues curl. The A7 has a C sharp note, but my blues scale has a C note. I'm not going to bend all the way to the C. I'm just going to give it a little love tap. And that's called a blues curl, and it's a great way to also incorporate bends into your soloing as well. So you would get from the middle, from measure number 7, 1, 2, and 3, going into triplets, 4 pull up, 1, 7 on the E string, 5, 6, 7. 6 is my flat 5th. That's the note that turns my minor pentatonic into my blues scale. 4 pull up, 1. I like this one because we're gonna bend that 6 up a quarter towards the 7 and then back to 5. So we get triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's dark around those bends. It's like moody and mysterious, and just you get some cool sounds. All right, those second. Well, let's just do just from the triplet with the overdrive. Very cool. All 4 of these with the overdrive. Oh, turn around. Now I'm going to be outlining these shapes. This E7 here and this D7 here, which is 7, 8, 7, 7. That's an E7. Here's the D7, which is 5, 6, 5, 5. And we're going to get down here to our A7, and we're going to get a little crazy with the turnaround. So the first part goes, I love that. And that's going to sound great on a high G as well, too. This is the only time where I'm using the low G string, but it's going to sound great on a high G, too. 7, which is the D note, the flat 7, which makes our E chord an E7. We hit it 1 and 2. Then we hammer to an E note. 1 and 2, 3, 4. On the third beat, we bend that 7th fret, a quarter tone, implying the 8th. E minor, E major, E7, E minor 7. So this implies this note here, which is a classic blues sound. Because it's the turnaround, we can just move that down 2 frets and repeat it over the D7. 5, 5 hammer 7, 5, 7, 1, with 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. here it gets crazy with our bends. We're going to hit that A note on the first beat, 1, and then this 8, we're going to bend up into, we hit this G note, which is our flat 7. We're going to go. So we're going to bend all the way up to 10, and we're going to hit it 2 times. Down a little bit, now it's at 9, we hit it 2 times. And then all the way down to 8. So with just this one number, we're playing. Only we're using bends instead. When you get to 7 though, instead of hitting 7 2 times, we're going to hit 7 and 5 together. A, E, coming from this shape. That's going to be 1. And then you're going to go 2 2, 3 3, 4 4. Implying that D shape there. So the turnaround is nice and slow from the 7th fret. Then you're back in the top. And that's the whole solo. So let's run through it from the top nice and slow. 1, 2, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4 pola, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Boom. Sorry, I missed a little count on the up here when I was 1 and 2, down. But I'm going to redeem myself. Let's try it with the overdrive. 1, 2, 3 pola, 4 pola, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4 pola, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Yeah. that's it. Make sure you check out these other videos here, because if you've made it this far, I know these videos here are geared right to you to help you level up your playing and get some new tasty skills to make you play better than you ever have before. A new Ukulele Wednesday and Saturday. Subscribe if you like this kind of content, and think about becoming a Patreon. It's cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger, and it will accelerate your learning of that, I promise. All right, take care and have a lovely day.